And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, right across New York. We start this scene in a very familiar place by now, the cabin of the Children of the Spirit Wild, where the two Wendigo sisters are both sitting at the kitchen table. Well, maybe at least one of them is sitting, the other one maybe busy walking around, screaming in her phone in Inuktitut. But as for Tlatihin, who is definitely not the one doing the screaming in the telephone, she is sitting at the kitchen table and is once again busy with making small bundles of different kinds of herbs and binding them together, leaving one end of the threads rather long so she can hang them to dry. You can actually already see in the kitchen there are a lot of these bundles hanging around. Um, a lot of lavender. There are also some rosemary, some other kind of semi-useful or very useful herbs. And yeah, she is listening with one ear to pieces side of the conversation of the telephone conversation, but is kind of also enjoying the little task that she set herself for, and is actually humming a little bit as she goes. And it's there that we will begin the scene.
As yeah, the Pisha is spacing is spacing with the phone. No, I'm not stressed. I I'm not. I'm just I'm just worried. I just want everything to be good, because it's not like there's a bunch of psychos over there doing their stuff. So yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And she just hangs up. she rubs the bridge of her nose. And she turns and probably for the first time she actually see all the things on the table. Are we turning into a flower merchandise?
Taltzin would look up, stop her humming, and looks at the herbs. Looks back at the pizza. No. Then points up to the piles of or the several bundles that are already hanging on the yeah from the ceiling. They need to dry.
Okay. Um, Shimonage.
No.
So as she makes a pause because generally she never does anything without a purpose. So like a hobby
What is a hobby?
when you do something because you enjoy it and not because you are obligated to.
Oh. Um. Well, no one told me to do this, so yes, I guess.
Okay.
Those are
As
for
yeah,
the
she
sweat log. As Platin starts to explain and points to the different lavender ones, those are for the sweat log. Those can be used in food. Points to a couple of different herbs, and those are, as she points to, a long or a group of herbs that are bundled but still need to be hung up. Those are for medicine, medical purposes.
uh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. As she sits, probably probably giving a side look to the abundance of fresh air coming from the kitchen. Because yeah, somebody threw a fucking a fucking refrigerator through the window.
I thought he'd also repaired that already, but sure.
Okay, okay, no, because I wasn't aware if he had repaired it or not, and I thought, yeah, there's just a casual hole in the cabin.
Mm-mm.
Okay, no, so yeah, it's just a fresh air because the door is
Yeah,
open.
the door is open, and with the wind blowing in, there is actually also the herbal smell that starts to kind of take over the cabin.
As a she looks. You want some coffee?
Sure, yes. And she gets up and starts to grab the mugs.
Okay, you grab the mugs. I know how to press a button. As
Huh?
she, yeah, no, I guess since they do so much coffee, like you reheat them, you reheat sometimes. So it's like, yeah, look, I pressed a button without it exploding.
She looks a little confused at that. You asked for coffee, didn't you?
No, I asked you if you wanted coffee.
Mm, yeah, I wouldn't mind. So I'm getting coffee.
Yeah, I know, and I pressed the button.
You don't need to. I can do that. I've learned how a coffee machine works.
Maybe I want to do that.
Oh, okay, of course. I didn't get a chance to properly congratulate you on making it to Fostern. So congratulations. I think you did a very good job. I'm, it is something that I could have said earlier, but
Yeah, yeah, no, you. I understand you didn't want to talk about things.
yeah.
As she makes a pause, clearly referring to what she has blattered during the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So you're good, able to
Yes.
socialize as you please.
Yes.
Good.
Speaking of good, I have also had a conversation with William 2 days ago. He
Yeah, you can definitely see like there's a slight high shift from the pizza.
he was very depressed, apologized for his behavior. He was not himself. I talked to him, showed him a few things on Sept, and he was better at the end of the conversation. I don't know how he is now. I have not seen him.
Yeah, I saw him when we were mm, when I came back from the challenge. I've He was tripping way too hard. That's when he threw the refrigerator out of the kitchen.
Yes, I talked to him after that, when I could speak normal again.
He's not going well.
I hope that whatever is ailing him at least has a pause for now with what I did, but I'm not sure. I do worry. He says it started when we used the first veil in Brooklyn, but nothing happened to the both of us, so I
Mm.
have the feeling that maybe, as I said to Chloe, a seed has been planted before, and this was adding rain to it,
Mm.
making it grow.
Yeah. Or just the fact that maybe he is partially plant may.
Mm.
may have had a side effect.
I am partially water. The water spirits were also affected, yet I was not.
Mm, I know, but he is, as he as she tries to think. mm, I don't know. The only thing I remember was, how basically you guys explained me that the coil always had a catch, and we asked, to help the plant. So maybe, I don't know.
I, uh, I am hesitant of taking him back into the flux realm. But on the other hand, we can find answers, but it makes it more difficult. Yet Felix wanted to take him along.
She scratched the back of her neck. Problem with that is, well, the way I see it, yeah, I need, I think I need to see by myself if he is able to actually do any mission or not. Because if he was, if he still exhibits the kind of behavior he had when we were alone, I can't take him on a mission anymore. Not at least until this is dealt with.
I understand.
Otherwise, otherwise, he is still in a rune, and well, the flux realm didn't affected him, and if if the plan is to have Felix talk with um, God damn it, OC, I have now a blank about the name that I said before.
The coil.
McCurl, yeah, thanks. If if we're there to talk to the coil, then probably showing him to the coil might bring us an answer to see if this is linked to the vials or not.
Or it makes it worse.
I know it's gonna be a call I will have to make.
I. It's a difficult call. Maybe I can help. I will. I will think on
Mm.
these things. Maybe I can come up with a suitable answer or a suitable test.
Yeah, yeah, we can come up with that, even if we don't have a lot of time to decide.
No, I agree.
So we will have to see with the best of what we can do, and perhaps take the risk.
Hmm. Yes. Pisa, how have you been doing through all this? I understand that it must have been tough on you for, well, with all this happening.
It's it's hard. I'm not I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This this whole situation and the the whole deal with the seekers.
Yes,
That's I thought I thought that giving people what I would have wanted as a kinfolk, as someone who had, well, problem with authority, I gave a lot of leniency, perhaps too much. I know you
okay.
I know you and will say you're gonna follow me and do what I say because you respect me, but I sometimes question whether or not sometimes it's just an automatic response to sugarcoat it.
You feel that we don't respect you as an alpha.
I don't think it's that you don't respect me as an alpha. I think it's more that, at least, hmm, I don't know. I don't really know about how you see me, but I feel more that in William's case is that I'm his buddy. I'm his friend. And I can be both, but I feel that if he only sees me as a friend, then I'll do a poor job of being alpha. I think it's something that I need to prove to myself.
I cannot help you with your relationship with Will. That is between the two of you. I, well, I could stand by and give advice.
Well, I'm always open to advice.
But in this case, there is so much going on. I find it hard to give you a proper advice as both a beta and a theurge.
Mm. Then perhaps I should tell you something.
She'll look up.
I know that things happened. That we cannot go back in the past and change things. And we have to accept what has happened, what has come to pass. But you star, I thought, I thought that what you needed was space. I thought that if I give you space, you would define and would have time to be yourself and collect your own thoughts. I think that's done exactly the opposite. You've drifted away from myself and William. They are, we all deal with grief in our own way. And our feelings of betrayal are dealt differently, but you've grown. You've grown cold, even to the point where I'm wondering if we still have something. And I know I may have played a part in it when I say those words. I think it's my duty as your alpha, as your sister, and as your tribesmate to tell you that you shouldn't shut your heart off, not to those who are close to you. We care about you. Me, William. And I know, even if you may sometime not show it, I know that you care about us. But sometimes the harshness that you may express to others who are not of our tribe, nor your tribe, or from our pack, sometimes the cold transit through your demeanor.
He stays quiet for a while, staring at the table. The pizza. Do you wish for me to leave this pack?
I never said I wanted you to leave my pack. This is also your pack. You have a place here. I just feel that we didn't have a conversation in a long time. We haven't really talked way too long. And I feel that if I don't talk to you, we may never really work on that bridge we've created. This is not an easy conversation for either of us. But I feel that if I don't tell you this, if I don't tell you how things on someone else's point of view looks like, even one who is supposed to be close to you, I think you may not realize it.
Have I heard it, you? The pizza.
Uh, I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure what you said.
She asked if she had heard it, the pizza.
Mm, she she's gonna make a pause, as apparently all my character makes pause nowadays, collecting collecting her thought and thinking deeply about the question. No, you haven't heard me, not yourself. It is more as she thinks. It is more that I saw you becoming colder, and I let you. I've let you do it because I was trapped within my own anger and issues, and I wasn't there. I wasn't there if you needed someone who you trusted, someone who you could have talked to.
Oh, you have you have the right to be angry, the pizza. There is a lot that has happened to you that I'm responsible for, and that I can never solve, and that I can never take away from you.
She's gonna sit. She's gonna sit back because yeah, she's been mostly. I think honestly, they've been standing in front of a coffee machine. As I said, previously, the situation is complicated, as we both know it very deeply. But
Yes.
I feel that I need to work my issues, and as much as I can care about you, simply going to my father and then started to vent my anger in my corner, brooding, won't really solve anything. I've heard your advice in the past that things may be different and that different people have different perspective. I think that if I really want some kind of closure, or at least something that will satisfy me, I think at some point I will have to have a conversation with the primary subject of our discord.
If you feel you're ready, I can do the summoning. But I feel we would also need to talk about our, well, my place in that closure. I can do the initial summoning, I can do the introduction, and then you can take over. Or, if you wish, I could stay a bit closer. Or, of course, if you prefer to have no interaction between me and her at all, we could find another theurge that could do the summoning.
She's gonna, give her a look like, really? You really think I'm gonna? She she makes a pause, thinking, you really think I'm gonna go to Felix or Lona or Kumakarna to talk about my parents' issues? Like, let's be realistic for a second. There's no way I'm gonna talk to them about this.
No,
As she shakes her head, and even older brother. This is a family matter. This doesn't concern anybody else.
I agree. I just wanted to let you know that you had that option.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And just as I know, I have this option. You know that, well, you pretty much know my answer already anyway, regarding bringing someone who has nothing to do with this.
And she's simply not.
And I, okay, I will be honest and true to my name. Well, at least my previous name. Um, I think you should also be there. But also, I will say this, that if she start to kind of, ignore me and just talk about you. Yeah, obviously that's not going to help. But I just need that. I need to say that, stating
Yes.
the obvious, as she shakes her head.
No, I understand.
But that I know that no matter how much you give me all the cards, how those are my issues. You're part of it, and she's also your mother. That
I
the that would be like dangling keys in front of a cat, and just then going, yeah, no, you won't have a look at the keys.
I have no words to speak to my mother. I have no issues with her. I did not know her.
She she's gonna raise an eyebrow at that statement, because honestly, she doesn't believe a single word out of it. you're you're telling me you would have absolutely no question.
I cannot think of one right now.
Okay, so I know this is a delicate matter, but I think using Wither Spirit to make me stop is not the way to go about it, young lady.
I apologize, my alpha. I said I have no questions I can think up right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I can understand. And also, probably she will most certainly probably be the one actually doing the talking, or maybe not. I don't
I
know.
don't know either.
Well, that put us at least in the same conundrum. As she shake her head. You know, you threw me off when you when there was this whole punishment.
I am sorry I caused you distress.
It's not every it's not every day you pronounce his name and think we're back on the set.
No, it is not. I do not know why this happened.
Uh, well, considering the few times I saw it from a distance, or I think more accurately, when I heard more than I saw, I could definitely understand how this idea of punishment could trigger an episode.
It happened. And the punishment happened. There is much that we have to do. Looking back is not one of them.
She she will she will get up from her chair and she will she will march behind the latte and put her hands on both her shoulders. Listen, I know I know you don't like to talk. You're not a talker. I'm I'm the one with the blabbermouth. And I know I can't really take back all the things that happened in those years. But I want you to know, no matter how much you may not want it, or you may not want to talk about it, or mm, I want you to know that if you just if you just need someone to be there, not even to talk, just to keep you company, someone to be present. I'd rather I'd rather have that rather than you going off to perform a chiminage outside.
I see. And you can feel her, like her shoulders are like trembling slightly.
You can still go out if you need to go out. I'm not gonna stop you from it. But I fear that one day you're gonna go through that door, and when I will go after you, you will look at me as if I was some kind of stranger, someone you couldn't put your trust into.
I do not know what to say to that. Saying that that would never happen, I feel, sounds not quite real. Fake. However, on this sept, I I do have learned things. Some things good, some things bad. I was afraid you didn't want me in your life anymore, Pisa. Her trembling kind of slightly increases. I did not want to be a bother to you. I feared there might one day be a day that seeing me, looking at me, maybe even hearing me would be too much for you. I fear that day is the one person in this sept that I can rely on the most. Is you.
She she's going to extend uh, extend the arm out away from shoulder to hug my shoulder. Yes, the very familiar mechanic starts as she she pass uh, she pass a hand in Tlatis hair. I can't guarantee everything will always be simple and full of rainbow sunshine and dancing dancing leprechauns. So she smirks slightly, but I've learned. I've learned my lesson. I've I've made the mistake once of venting venting my anger at someone who cared at least a little bit about me, enough to raise me. And this have caused a rift that at the moment I'm trying to breach. And I don't know if this will ever come true. I don't think, just I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever have a normal relationship with that person anymore because of the choices that I've made, because of the anger that I had. I learned from this harsh truth. I don't want this to happen. I don't I don't want to have my anger drive another member of my family apart, no matter how much painful it may be or how awkward it might be when we have talks. As she kind of chuckles. It's it's obviously going to be complicated. Sometimes we may not find the right words, but I'm happy to have you. I'm happy that you're here with me to give me a sense of familiarity. Some place that even even outside of this house, some place I can go home and can understand me. I don't want to give that away.
All these difficult emotions.
emotions? How do they work?
Yes. How does it feels? I don't know.
It feels stuff.
It feels. There is feels in my head and I don't understand. That is basically what's going. Like that's basically Latin right now. Yeah.
Hmm.
She sits very silently. Not as extremely tensed as she would be if anyone but her sister gave her a hug, but still pretty, pretty tense. Yeah. Um. She she silently listens to everything her sister has to say and does not know how to react better than simply to nod and stay silent.
Hmm. And she yeah, she smiles at, at the silence, because even if Talat is not really a talker, the fact that she doesn't talk is actually somehow a good sign, rather than her rationalizing things. As she tells her, I know this. It's maybe hard, complicated feeling and stuff, but it's okay to it's okay to be confused. It's okay to work through your emotions and take time. And
Right.
the silent brooding type that shows sometime a single smile. It's always a working plus. As she yeah, this is just too ridiculous. I have to do it. She placed both her hand on uh on the side of Tolate's face, and she just slightly force slightly force a smile. She doesn't put her teeth in her cheek, but her hand in her cheek. But yeah, it's just like slightly force the muscles to of the cheeks. It's like, oh, there you go. She as
She
as you
actually did extremely tense up when you did that.
as she she makes she makes a pause as she feels the tension, and just stops stops as she she puts her hand back on her shoulder. Sorry, got carried away.
Um, it it is all right. I did not expect it.
As yeah, there's this awkward silence.
Very awkward silence. Nothing doesn't really know what to do with the situation.
As she she goes and she said, okay, how about this? We get up from this chair, which as comfy as it is not the best kind of comfy. We are going to move to the main room, sit on the couch, and we will we will put a movie and we will just enjoy a moment of not thinking about stuff.
Yeah. There is actually kind of a slight smile on Latline's face, and she will nod. Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Hmm. And then you can give it a night rest and sort these things. And well, when we feel both ready, we will see how to go with this whole. We're putting the whole summoning thing in the middle of getting uh, getting to Brazil, doing Felix, and putting the rest of the files, I guess, in the parks. Considering that, well, it doesn't seem to be doing that bad as far as things are concerned.
No, although I was thinking that it would be a shame though. I was thinking that maybe the Northern Forest would need it more now. But I won.
Mm,
I have been invited by 10 to come along next time they're going to that place to watch it, see how it is. If the Umbra there is very weaverish, we might do some good there in releasing one of the vials.
mm, uh, yeah, she nods.
But I want to see it for myself first.
Mm, yeah, yeah, no, completely. And when you say 10 next time they go there, does it include Aiden?
I do not know.
I mean, does when you say they, do you speak of the Seekers?
She spoke of they. I presume she's not going alone.
Mm, as
I do not wish to presume that she meant her pack or anything else.
mm, okay. All right.
Also, speaking of the Seekers,
Yeah.
as my favor to the Fianna, they asked me if we could ease the tension between the kinfolk from on our side. However, I find this difficult because I should not interact with kin, and I do not wish to scare them off.
Mm, yeah. I need to. I need to have a talk, and I think I should bring the. At least I should bring the Yukta to talk with all the brother skin folk. We might be more open to have one of our tribes mate with them.
Yes.
This whole business with the kinfolk being killed is not gonna help. Not gonna help with tensions.
No. How about that movie?
Yeah, yeah. No, I can definitely do a movie. And yeah, she will she would actually put two movies because yeah, this feels like definitely we need two movies situation. So yeah, she will. Mm, well, she will put the Secret of Nim because it is awesome and it has a lot of mice and rats.
Mm.
and mm, and we'll put Mulan because why the fuck not?
Latin had seen Mulan, so Probably halfway through the movie, as she's been doing a fuck ton lately. So
She
probably
will.
halfway through the movie, she will pass out.
Yeah, yeah, and Abishai will just, you know, get get a blanket, putting on both of them, and pass an arm around the latte because it's like, yeah, it's way easier to do that shit when she's asleep.
This is true. And yeah, I think that's the moment where we can
Yeah.
end the scene. Uh,
Mhm.
Thank you, Play, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And this was another scene for Living World of Darkness. Goodbye.